this led to a whole project of uncovering networks at American universities that are funding universities, and the universities in many instances are not declaring, as they have to under the law, they're not declaring to the Department of Education the gifts that they're receiving from, in many cases, from organizations, foundations, and actors on behalf of the Muslim Brotherhood. In July of 2019, we participated in a very important conference in Washington at the Department of Justice, and we presented our findings, and this prompted the government to launch an investigation into illegal funding of American universities. In our research, we found over $3 billion in undocumented funding, mostly from the Muslim Brotherhood and from Qatar and other Gulf states, that have been infiltrating our universities for decades. There's a direct correlation between the funding and the changing of curriculum, particularly as it addresses issues of Israel and the perception of Israel and the perception of Jewish people. This has led to departments and universities becoming purveyors of anti-Semitism. It's incomprehensible that at universities, people who believe in not only destroying the state of Israel, but in killing Jewish people, are able to donate money to these vital institutions, perhaps the most important institution in our society to ensure democratic principles survive. This is where citizens are educated. And by creating this awareness, we hope that the Jewish community, the human rights community, educators who care about the integrity of education will push the government to enact more laws that will, I think, stop the funding of groups or groups that represent ideologies that are diametrically opposed to democratic principles, to democracy, the basic notion that every citizen should be equal under the law, and the subjugation of women, the killing of gay people, and certainly the extermination of Jews. This is reprehensible and it needs to be stopped. And we know the correlation between funding and how courses are run, who is hired, the discourse in the universities has been directly affected, creating a situation today where in many instances, universities, some of them our finest universities, are actually becoming purveyors of contemporary anti-Semitism.